Just north of Dallas, Texas is Denton, where today it's Marshall and North Texas. Michael Clark, an electrifying wide receiver for the Thundering Herd, looks to spark their offense, while dual threat running back Jeffrey Wilson of the Mean Green has game-breaking ability. From Apogee Stadium, it's North Texas and Marshall next. It is an absolutely perfect night for football at Apogee Stadium in Denton, Texas, in what could be a very pivotal game for both teams. Tonight, North Texas plays host to Marshall. Hello again, everybody. Along with former Texas Longhorn Keith Moreland, I'm Ron Thulin. Keith, North Texas comes in 1-1 in conference play, but for Marshall, this is their first conference game. And you look at the challenges both teams have had this year. This is indeed a pivotal game.
It is a pivotal game. For Marshall, obviously, with what they have ahead of them on the schedule, obviously they're thinking about getting to a bowl game, maybe even winning a conference championship. On the other side, when you look at North Texas, Ron, for me, this is a team that's really changed their demeanor. They win tonight, halfway point of the season, 3-3.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Marshall because they want a balanced attack coming into tonight. And the man who, according to Bill Legg, their offensive coordinator, drives the bus is their quarterback, Chase Litton. He's got some tools.
He does have some tools. We had the opportunity, you and I, to see his first start ever as a collegiate. But you look at the numbers now, look at his growth as a quarterback. Leads Conference USA in passing efficiency. He has the ability to stretch the field, and he does that with an outstanding receiver. When you look at Clark, Michael Clark was outstanding. He can stretch the field on the inside, makes a nice move here, and then he shows you the speed after the catch to take it to the house.
This guy's got some talent, and just a moment ago, the third member of our crew, Ashley Pickle, caught up with Marshall head coach Doc Holliday.
Coach, Chase Litton came alive in the second half last week against Pitt, but also Anthony Anderson had one of his best games of the season. He had 1 touchdown, 13 carries for 56 yards. How significant is it going to be to establish a run game against North Texas here tonight?
Well, it's always significant to establish a run game with what we do offensively. You know, we got to try to stay balanced, and it's going to be important that Anthony and Keon both play well tonight.
Coach, you're playing a North Texas team that has a brand new head coach. They've got brand new strategy. After watching film this week, what is your team going to have to execute to get a win against North Texas tonight?
Well, you're going to have to match their enthusiasm and their intensity. You know, you take a look at them real quick. You know, Seth's done a tremendous job. He's got them playing extremely hard. He's got good players. He's got them executing at a high level, and if we don't do the same, we got problems.
Coach, it's your first conference game of the season. What would getting to bring home a win tonight, and not only that, but bring home the momentum going into conference mean to this team tonight?
Well, anytime you get into conference play, regardless of who you are, every game's a championship game, and you got to treat it that way. And you know, I saw some scores today, and this conference is wide open, but you got to play them one at a time, see what happens.
Great. Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight. Ron, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Ashley Pickle. Get back to you in just a minute. Let's talk about North Texas because their head coach, Seth Luttrell, and offensive coordinator, Graham Harrell, they're disciples of Mike Leach's style offense. Tee it high, let it fly. That's what they want to do, and they're having a young freshman run the show, Mason Fine.
When you look at Fine, one of the things I wish a coach would explain to me exactly what it is. But Graham Harrell, I know, had it because I watched him. He says this young man has it. And last week, he showed you his growth also as a quarterback. Opening drive, Middle Tennessee comes to town. He goes down the field. He's 8 out of 10, does a nice job here finding secondary receiver. He has the ability to stretch the field and the arm strength to go outside when he needs to on those long passes outside. For me, the one thing that comes off the table is his toughness as well.
He is one tough cookie, even though he's under 6 feet tall. And just a moment ago, Ashley Pickle talked with Seth Luttrell.
Coach, you had a very promising opening drive last weekend against Middle Tennessee. What positives did you take out of that you can use against Marshall this week?
Well, it just shows when you come out here and you get, that first down, you get in good rhythm. We did a good job of converting on third downs, which tend to extend the drive. So, it was a great job, them just coming out, staying focused on doing their job, and coaches put in the right situations. Now we just got to work this week on, continuing to do a better job of execution for 4 quarters.
Okay, Coach, much like your young quarterback, Mason Fine, Marshall also has a young quarterback, Chase Litton. He's thrown for almost 1,000 yards this season alone. What is your defense going to have to do tonight to stop him?
Well, just keep it aggressive. We got to make sure we get after the quarterback and force him to get out of rhythm and out of time, and we got to force him to throw it a little bit early. It's a lot of these offenses are based on rhythm and timing, and if you can push them back and if you can get some pressure on them, keep mixing up the look so he's not so vanilla, and just making sure we get after him. And we got to force him to throw the football before he wants to.
Right, and then during practice, you have your guys wear shirts that on the back say selfless, tough, and disciplined. What do those 3 words mean to you and your program as a whole?
Well, that's what we're looking for. That's our core values, and that's what from the time I've gotten here until the time they leave here in 4 to 5 years, they'll be hearing the same message. And we're going to make sure we take care of our teammates. So we're going to put them before ourselves with selfless, toughness. We're going to take strain, and we're going to have overcome strain with a great attitude. And you got to be a disciplined football team to have any success. So that's what we believe in. Our kids are working hard towards that. They bought into it. And, we still got to get better each and every week with it.
Right, great. Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight. Ron, back to you guys upstairs.
All right, in his first year, North Texas looking to go 3-3 for the first time since 2013. They lead now by a touchdown. Here's Ashley Pickle.
Guys, many people associate North Texas with only being the mean green, but they are also the Eagles, and that makes up for a huge visual design of Apogee Stadium. If you go over into the north end zone, you'll see a 5-foot-tall, 225-pound bronze eagle named Spirky. Spirky was donated to the university by a fraternity named the Giesels. They were here from the 1920s to the 1970s, and they donated $100,000 to have Spirky put on this stadium. Now, if you go over into the north end zone, you will see that the bleachers are shaped like eagle wings. They call that the wing zone. So very cool visual aspects here at Apogee Stadium. Ron and Keith, back to you.
All right, kickoff taken by third member of our team, Ashley Pickle, on the sideline. Ashley?
Hey, guys, thank you. The injured player, number 11, Thaddeus Thompson, who was down just a couple plays ago, came off the field. Trainers brought him up onto the table. They were shining lights in his eyes, looking at letters, making sure he was okay. It looked like a concussion protocol. They took him into the locker room, and about 5 minutes later, he came out ready to go. I asked the trainer if he was going back in, and he said he's good to go. He's going back into the game. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, the way he's shaking his neck looked like you and I when we get up in the mornings. Yeah.
Does he have a little wobble to it?
Welcome back to Apogee Stadium. There's 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Mean Green are up 14-7. And the biggest story here in North Texas recently has been true freshman quarterback Mason Fine. He came from Locust Grove, Oklahoma. Didn't start at the beginning of the year, but when he came out after starting, he said, man, I'm here to play, and that's what he's done so far. Back in high school, Mason was the Gatorade Offensive Player of the Year 2 times. That's the first time that any Oklahoma player has gotten that award twice. As you can see, Mason Fine is not letting his small demeanor take him over. He's coming out here and he's ready to play.
Absolutely. They're going to keep it on the ground. Just Texas will go into the locker room leading at halftime. Here's Ashley on the field.
Coach, you talked yesterday about really wanting to play aggressively, both offensively and defensively. Are you good with how they've been playing so far?
Yeah, I thought the defense is playing really aggressive. They're playing at a high level, again, continuing to play well together, and they're coming after him. They forced the quarterback in some iffy situations to where he's having to get rid of the ball before he wants to. Offensively, we've done some really good things at times, and just a little bit inconsistent. We're playing better. We just got to stay poised. We got to take care of the football. And other than really the 2 turnovers, we just got to be smart with the football and continue to, make plays. And they're getting better as the game goes on. I think they're getting more comfortable, and I look forward to them to have a better second half.
Great. Thank you so much, Coach.
Appreciate it.
All right, a couple of fumbles
Ron,
he was talking about on the season. Only their second and third lost fumbles. Down at the 40 as we check in with Ashley on the sideline.
Guys, as you can see, the defense is getting up to go on the field. I was down here just a few seconds ago behind the defensive bench. They were asking the Coach Eckler, their defensive coordinator, a million questions a minute, and Eckler finally stopped them and said, guys, there's nothing we can do about that kickoff return. It's in the past. All we need to do now is focus. We're a great team, and we need to play smart. Continue to play smart. And then he walked away, and all the guys had nothing else to say. So great words of encouragement from Coach Eckler down here on the sidelines.
Now, they called him Crash when he played for left in quarter number 3. Creighton Barr getting his ankle retaped. Ashley, you've been down there. What do you got for us on it?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, center Creighton Barr was injured a couple plays ago on that last drive. Training staff went out there, checked him out. He hobbled off the field, got up on the trainer's table. They took off his shoe, took off the sock, cut open the tape, and then they felt around. He was saying some things hurt, some things didn't. at the end of it, they said, all right, let's tape him back up, have him walk on it, and see how it's going. So now he's up and walking and seeing what he can do. Guys, back to you.
Those linemen are tough, Keith, aren't they?
Oh, they are. I mean,
On the sideline.
Guys, if you'll take a look at the rushing yards for North Texas right now, we have 181 yards. If you look at last week's rushing yards against Middle Tennessee, we only had 5 rushing yards total the entire game. Now, we talked with defensive coordinator Coach Eckler last week, and he said, our defense is getting tired. They're out there for 3 quarters a game. This is exactly what North Texas needed here tonight. They needed that rushing yards. They needed that offense to stay on the field, and that's exactly what they're doing. Ron and Keith, right back to you.
All right, 3rd down. Litton trying to get away from the... Working on Jeffrey Wilson. You're down there, Ashley. What do you got?
Guys, North Texas player Jeffrey Wilson came hobbling off the field. They sat him down, started pushing on his right ankle, massaging his right calf, and I think it's just a cramp. They said, man, you've been sitting down too long, kind of chuckled. They're right behind me on the bench right now, still messing with him. He got up, he's good to go. I'm sure he'll be back in the game here soon. Guys, back to you.
What a rebound from last week where he only rushed the bench.
Guys, Jeffrey Wilson, who was hurt on that exact same drive with some cramps, came back in, ran one play. The very next play, he had a head collision with a Marshall linebacker, Chase Hancock. They said that he's doing fine. I talked to some of the trainers. When he brought him off the field, they kept rubbing the left side of his neck. They pushed on his head to test for resistance, but after I talked to the trainers, they said he's fine and good to go. He's currently sitting on the bench, but we'll see how he turns out. Guys, back to you.
How about 203
Coach Luttrell, obvious differences in this game between last game. The biggest one I'm thinking is the rushing yards. You had 5 rushing yards total against Middle Tennessee last week. Today you come in with 257. What kind of an impact did that make on the game tonight?
Oh, it was huge, and being able to run the football opens up so many other things, and it takes a lot of pressure off our O-line, our quarterbacks, and something that we believe in. We didn't get it going last week, and we really stressed it this week, and I was proud of the way our guys fought through it and really worked this week and came out and ran the football. But overall, what a great team victory. That's the things that we've been talking about, playing on all 3 sides of the ball together. They fight hard every week. We haven't executed as well. And tonight, I'm extremely proud of the way we executed.
Coach, we talk over and over again about how the defensive side of the ball is just typically your better side. What did this game do to the offense tonight, and how did it boost its confidence?
Well, our defense, again, they played well all night, and, other than we had a special teams miscue right after the half, and then we gave them up one on offense, gave them a short field. Other than that, we have complete confidence in our defense. I thought they dominated all night and put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and they stuffed their run game, which in turn, builds a lot of confidence for our offense. They know that we can go out and be aggressive and, not having to stress too much. We know that our defense can go out there and cover and make sure that they take strain off us. They make sure they make plays when we're out there. It makes it a lot easier on us.
You're 2-1 in conference now. You've still got quite a bit of conference play left. What is your mindset just going into those next conference games?
Right now, I'm looking to go into the open week. Right now, we're a little banged up at a lot of different positions. So this gives us great momentum going into the off week and then kind of getting focused back on ourselves, taking care of our bodies, but also looking at our schemes and making sure we're doing everything necessary to help us be successful this next stretch.
Great. Well, congratulations on the win again tonight. Go celebrate with your team, Coach.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, we got him. All right, I'm here with Eric Jenkins, junior defensive back. Man, we talk time and time again about North Texas's defense just coming out, being ready to play every game. What is your mindset coming into every single game?
We want to dominate, on defense, every single game. We're trying to establish ourselves, we're trying to get the #1 spot, and everything, it takes a time. I start slowly, I really want to credit our offense, though. Like, they motivated us this whole game. They came out and, they did very well. They kept scoring, they kept motivating us to do what we had to do on defense.
Right, you've got a phenomenal defensive coordinator, Coach Eckler. How pumped does that guy get you? What does he do to y'all's defense?
Man, Coach Eck bring a lot of energy to our defense. He keep us on our toes. He definitely know what's coming on the next play. Coach Eck and Coach Ruff, our whole defensive staff, they let us know. We watch so much film in defense and scouting reports that we know what's going to be the next play.
Right, and then with 2 minutes left in the game, you're trying to seal the deal, and you get that pick six, run it back in. What was the feeling over there on the sideline once you got back over there with your teammates?
Man, I just wanted to, I want to thank Coach Eck for even recruiting me to come here, but I kept telling Coach Eck, like, Coach, I'm going to get us one. They kept trying me and coming to the left, where I was at, and, I had to seal a deal.
Well, Jenkins, congratulations. Great game. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, guys, that's all I've got. Thank you. Where to now?